Hello, my name is Kelly Farrell-Huber. I'm a consultant with Zywave and presenting on how to use Zywave's extensive content from our flagship product, Broker Briefcase, to make being a thought leader easier and more effective. Before we get into the who, what, where, and how, let's start with the why. Why is being a thought leader important? We know that 84% of today's buyers will visit your website and social media sites before they have a first meeting with you. Consider that. What will a prospect see? Also, consider other brokers who are going after your top clients. What will your clients find on that other broker sites that they won't find on yours? Along with that, today's buyer is very different than they were 5, 10 years ago. And the number one way to sell to today's buyer is thought leadership. Thought leadership works with today's buyer because it allows your audience to get to know you and allows you to become part of the conversation early in the buying process. It also allows you to develop a relationship and a certain level of trust with someone who is meeting you for the first time. What do the words thought leader mean? The words thought leader and thought leadership have unfortunately become buzzwords in the last couple of years with the rise of social media. It might seem like something that's easy to do or maybe just a marketing term. However, thought leadership is crucial for success with today's market. I'd like to share a definition that I think really captures what it means to be a thought leader. Daniel Rasmus, a strategist for Fast Company, provides this definition. Thought leadership should be an entry point to a relationship. Thought leadership should intrigue, challenge, and inspire even people already familiar with a company. It should start a relationship where none exists, and it should enhance existing relationships. I'm sure everyone in this room understands the importance of having an internet presence in this current market, or you wouldn't be attending this workshop. But most likely, another reason why you're probably attending this workshop is that you've come across some challenges with setting up or maintaining your website and social media platforms. I've spoken to brokers a lot about these challenges, and here are the top 4 challenges I hear most often. Number 1, finding the time to do all of this. You'll see that at the very bottom of the slide. And that includes the top 3 selections. Number 1, being unsure about what prospects and clients are looking for from their social media sites and websites. Being uncertain about what words do they use, where do they get this information. Zywave has provided a solution to help our brokers overcome these challenges. Our flagship product, Broker Briefcase, is a content engine that contains thousands of documents for commercial brokers on several different industries, including resources on OSHA compliance, workers' compensation, risk management and safety, and personalized content as well. This is all unique content because it's written by our own content team and checked by our own legal department. We also have a benefits package for benefits brokers as well, with compliance documents on ACA, FMLA, all other areas of compliance, wellness newsletters, HR resources, and benefits information. Before I get into more detail about this product and even some interesting industry news and how this all comes together, let's take just a brief moment for introductions before we get into who is today's buyer, thought leadership, and the Zywave Broker Briefcase content as a solution. Allow me a moment to briefly introduce Zywave and why I, Kelly Farrell-Huber, am the one talking to you about this topic. If you haven't heard of Zywave before, allow me a moment to introduce our company. We grew out of an insurance company ourselves 20 years ago. There was a group of young producers working on growing their book of business, and there were a number of challenges that they were facing. Developing a unique value proposition, brokers consolidating, and a real competition on resources. These producers wanted to differentiate, so they asked their clients, why do you choose to do business with us? And what do you need from us as your broker? So they developed this tool, Broker Briefcase, to deliver the resources clients were looking for. This made our agency or that agency hugely successful, and out of this discovery of business, Zywave was born. We provide those same solutions for insurance brokers that are used by more than 2,600 agencies around the world to differentiate from the competition. 20 years later, that producer is our CEO, and we're growing by leaps and bounds. Being born from an insurance agency ourselves, our expertise and commitment to the industry runs deep. I'm the one today speaking about social media and thought leadership because I experienced the power firsthand of thought leadership in social media, as it provided a solution for me to successfully change careers and go into an industry predominantly comprised of millennials. I was a teacher for many years who made a career change and went back to school to work in technology. Part of my degree was coursework in social media and branding. I worked on group projects where we would take a business or organization who had no internet presence beyond a website and develop a plan for them to utilize social media tools to accomplish their goals. I used this same set of tools to brand and market myself, which was critical for me landing a job as a 40-year-old woman at a tech company. The same reason utilizing blogging and social media was critical for me is the same reason that your utilization of these tools is critical for you. The world has changed. For me, that included adapting to the recruiting process. And for you, that means adapting to the changing face of the buyer. Your clients and prospects, and I'm not just talking about millennials here, has changed due to technology, and brokers need to adapt to stay viable in this changing market. One of the things Zywave does for our insurance broker partners is keeping them up to date on trends in the industry. Here's what we're currently sharing with our brokers. Technology is moving faster than ever, and it's changed how everyone is buying. Again, these are not just millennials. Of course, the younger buyer is, however, a huge part of the equation, as they will make up 75% of the workforce at the end of the next 10 years. But it's important to know that these values of today's buyer reflect older generations as well. Most likely you're selling and servicing accounts of clients and prospects that belong to at least 2 generations. So who is today's buyer? Number one, they're more informed and more demanding. Information is always a click or search away. Many tools and resources they're used to getting for free on the internet. They have an expectation and reliance on mobile technology and go to multiple different areas for information, like blogs, podcasts, and online resources. Number two, they're passionate about values. They want a trusted advisor who looks out for their best interest, not just someone to sell them insurance. Number three, they want VIP treatment and to feel wowed. And number four, they don't like change. They're comfortable staying with the status quo unless they feel it's riskier to stay where they are than to make a change. Today's buyer is also on information overload. They have so much coming at them 24/7 with technology. They don't hear messages unless it's something different, something that gets their attention. Words may be different, but almost all brokers' websites tell a prospect the same 3 things. We have excellent service, we're trusted experts, we've been in business since this long, and our people are top-notch. As we're looking at these 2 slides here, these are mock agencies. These are not real agency names here, but they are real sites. And they're on this slide to illustrate that very point. These are the types of things today's buyer hears over and over again. So while these three things are critical, what needs to be on your site is also what makes you different. And that's where the idea of communicating thought leadership will set you apart. Today's buyer also believes initially that they don't need a broker to buy insurance because they look at it as a commodity. With that is a huge rise in businesses getting in the game to capitalize on this feeling and offer a way for businesses and individuals to shop for insurance online. So not only do we need to differentiate from other brokers, but we need to make sure clients and prospects see that we don't just sell insurance. Thought leadership and consultative guidance is the true differentiator that makes the broker necessary for today's buyer. Now that we know who today's buyer is, let's talk about what works with this buyer. These are the top 3 ways for an agency to most effectively deal with the changing face of the buyer. Number 1, trusted advisor, thought leader. Be the broker who's keeping your clients in compliance and showing them ways to protect their business and keep their costs as low as possible. Number 2, engage with technology. Send them resources through email, text, or social media sites and respond instantly when they message you. Number 3, enhance your website. Make sure there's success stories on it and enhance your social media presence. The top business-to-business companies that blog get 67% more leads than those who don't. So consider, what is your agency's strategy to sell to today's buyer? What is your story? What's your area of expertise or thought leadership that's resonating with today's buyer? What are the challenges? What tools do you have available to enhance your marketing strategy? And what tools do you have available to overcome the challenges or weaknesses in your marketing? Millennials who grew up with social media already understand its importance and how powerful this set of tools is for engagement and branding your business. Older generations often saw social media as a way to promote and sell yourself and often didn't think it was a necessary part of their business. A lot of brokers, unfortunately, still feel this way. Social media is simply a free set of tools that allows you to engage with people like never before. It's not about self-promotion and selling your services. It all comes back to your story. What is your story? What is your brand? Even though it isn't face-to-face interaction, people can still identify the difference between thought leadership and trying to get them to buy something. The strongest tool out there to convey thought leadership is blogging. However, again, the challenges still remain for many brokers that we discussed earlier, which comes down to a lack of time and resources.Zywave's product, Broker Briefcase, supports brokers in being successful with today's buyer. First of all, there are thousands of documents on a variety of compliance and industry-specific safety and risk management topics to support your blog content and social media posts. Second of all, there are monthly newsletters all set up for you in ready-to-go drip marketing campaigns. It's a set it and forget it format that allows a quick one-time setup, and then content drips out on your behalf every month, automatically branded to your agency. The other thing Broker Briefcase does is track everything that's sent out by email or drip marketing so that you know who's opening what you're sending them and what's popular with your clients and prospects. Listed out in this infographic are some of the many options for thought leadership content topics that you can use Broker Briefcase to help support you in your efforts. Let's look at a few that we know from our surveys here at Zywave that clients want from their broker. Number 1, support with workers' compensation. There are many newsletters, many tools to help your clients control their workers' compensation costs. Number 2, OSHA compliance. There are many tools, again, newsletters in the system to help you support your clients with OSHA. And then there are many industry-specific safety and risk management resources and advice. These represent just our top 5 industries here, but there are several more within Broker Briefcase. For those of you who also carry benefits lines of coverage, there are resources to speak to the human resources departments or benefits departments on compliance and healthcare reform specifically, employee benefits, wellness, and HR topics that are important to them. If you're new to thought leadership, you may be wondering how to choose a focus for thought leadership. Here are some questions to ask yourself to help narrow down a good topic. Number 1, what are the questions that my buyers, both prospects and clients, are asking me? What information and resources do my buyers want from me? What topics do I feel passionate about providing for my clients? What industries do I service, or what industries do I want to attract? And lastly, what topic could really set you apart from other brokers? Once you know your focus, what's next? Ultimately, thought leadership is one of the outcomes of a solid content strategy. That's where the content inZywave's Broker Briefcase provides a solution for our partners. It provides content in many different areas of thought leadership that you can use to support your blogs and social media messaging. We're looking here at a sample document from Broker Briefcase on 5 strategies for reducing workers' compensation costs as just an example of the type of content that's available in Broker Briefcase. Along with those content resources, you also have targeted marketing solutions for drip campaigns and customized marketing materials that you can use for your face-to-face prospect meetings that allow you to continue to illustrate what you provide for services in your area of expertise and thought leadership. At this point, I'm sharing my screen after logging into Broker Briefcase, and I'd like to show you firsthand the types of resources I'm talking about. Let's say your thought leadership focus is on safety. First of all, upon logging in, you can always check out what our content team has newly released very quickly, just upon logging in from this scrolling banner at the very top and this content search area. Or you can use the search bar or point and click design to find the topic of your choice. All of our newsletters are stored in an easy to find location right over here in series. And with our focus on safety, we'll select this newsletter target on safety here. From here, you have access to the unique content from our content and legal team. You can take the whole document as it is, post it to your website, blog, social media sites, as long as 4 documents aren't out on the internet at any given time. However, you have unlimited copy and pasting of chunks of content that you can mix in with your own words on a blog. You can also post unlimited documents in their entirety to your website with a password protected access, or you have unlimited use of headers and content lines to write tweets, Facebook posts, and LinkedIn posts. This is a huge time saver for our brokers with finding unique content and not having to reinvent the wheel. There are also social media guides that are built into the system, ready for you to use, like this one down here on blogging. These will be helpful to help you understand what to post to social media and to be successful. Then, as I mentioned before, there are already set up drip marketing campaigns with newsletters and tools and resources that provide continued communication and support, along with built-in analytics that allow you to track your success with your drip marketing campaigns. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you today about thought leadership and Zywave's solution, Broker Briefcase. For more information about Zywave or Zywave's Broker Briefcase, please contact me, Kelly Farrell Huber, either by email at kellyfarrellhuber@zywave.com, or you can call me 414-737-8530.